Next on Worcester News tonight, a man is facing charges after letting his child drive a car through 2 towns and posting about it on social media. Plus, a popular app could be putting your child at risk. What law enforcement is saying about the new Snapchat feature. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Catherine Inrioli. A warning tonight for parents and their kids who use the popular app Snapchat. A new feature is raising some concerns over privacy. Last week, an update introduced a Snap Map feature. It allows the app to share your location with other users. The Massachusetts State Police are putting out advice for parents on their social media accounts. This week, law enforcement groups believe the update could pose a safety risk for young teens. The National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children warns Snapchat can show a child's location and it can potentially be accessed by everyone on their contacts list. And Auburn police say the apps can be dangerous if you don't take the right precautions to protect your privacy.
Unknowingly sharing their exact location with we don't know who, and that's the problem. There is that anonymity on the internet and in those apps, and there's no way to know who you're sharing that information with. So, or their parents can be involved with their kids online and knowing what they're doing and knowing what apps they're on and just being aware of what accounts they do have. I mean, the more involved you are, the more knowledgeable you are as a parent, the better off you're going to be. You can keep your kid as safe as possible.
There is a way to disable the Snap Map feature by selecting Ghost Mode in the settings. This is only the updated version of Snapchat, which must be downloaded by users. Worcester police were on scene of a car wreck today. It took down a traffic light pole. Officers were on scene of this crash at the intersection of June Street and Chandler Street. A police officer on scene said the car was hit by another vehicle at the intersection, causing it to crash into the pole. No injuries were reported, but as you can see, there was quite a bit of damage caused by that crash. The owner of a Sturbridge driving school is facing charges tonight. Police say the man let his 13-year-old son drive a car through 2 towns. He was caught after posting a picture of it on social media. Rosalind Flaherty spoke with police and has the details.
The owner of Greenlight Driving School in Sturbridge is accused of letting his 13-year-old son get behind the wheel of a car.
It's a little nuts. 13-year-olds shouldn't be driving.
Owning a driving school, they know all the rules and regulations, so it's, not using your head.
Sturbridge police say they received an anonymous tip about Stephen Comtois, a former Brookfield selectman who apparently posted a photo of the incident on social media. Police determined the actions were reckless.
The father posted on Facebook that his son was doing better than his daughter did, or just as well as his daughter did. And then there were some other friends that commented below asking the age of the child, and he indicated a comment such as, nobody needs to know.
Police say the 13-year-old drove the vehicle almost 9 miles on a busy Route 20 from Brookfield to Hobbs Brook Plaza in Sturbridge. They say Comtois was riding in the passenger seat.
The roads are dangerous as it is. There's enough cars out there. A child like that can't make good decisions.
The driving school has 3 locations. The answering machine at the Sturbridge office makes no mention of the incident, but says they will be closed the rest of the week.
Thank you for calling Greenlight Driving School. Due to the classes going on in all of our locations, we will not be in the office this week.
Comtois faces charges of reckless endangerment of a child and allowing improper operation. Police say the Registry of Motor Vehicles was notified and a report was filed with the Department of Children and Families.
That's the most awfulest part of life right now is the Facebook thing. I don't know why people put their private stuff on there. It deserves everything he gets, really, so it should be a lesson for everybody.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
A single car crash in Shrewsbury leaves a vehicle dangling from utility lines. The driver and another passenger walked away from the crash with minor scrapes and bruises. Witnesses say it appears another man in the car was arrested for an unrelated matter. The crash happened around 11:30 on Route 9 in Shrewsbury, right in front of the A-Tech Automotive Service. Workers there say they heard a loud crash and saw the car up hanging in the air. The cause of the crash is under investigation. A Holden man is arraigned today after pleading not guilty to charges stemming from an April home invasion incident, leaving him and another man shot and wounded. Mark Eldana was ordered held on $500,000 cash bail in Worcester Superior Court Wednesday. The incident happened here on April 15th. Police say Aldana was found outside the home on Dawson Road just after 10 o'clock. They say he had a gunshot wound to his leg. Authorities say the homeowner also suffered gunshot wounds to the top of his head and his arm. Aldana is due back in court in August. New housing in the city will help individuals served by the Department of Mental Health. The development, which includes 8 one-bedroom apartments, is being financed through many different sources. It promises to give some of the most vulnerable in the city a good place to live. Cam Jandro has the story.
Hard hats and shovels mark a special groundbreaking in the city Wednesday.
Unique project, it's an exciting project, and we're really, really proud to be a part of it.
The Worcester Eastside Community Development Corporation broke ground on a new apartment building which will provide affordable housing for adults with mental disabilities. Partnering with the Massachusetts Department of Mental Health, the CDC says the project is about helping people who may be homeless or living elsewhere.
This affords them that first step towards independence. In this housing, along with the other project that we have, also comes with supportive services provided.
The 12,000 square foot building on Forbes Street will have 8 garden-style units and house special needs clients who receive services from the state with incomes at or below 30% of the Worcester area median income. Area Director Sue Sharafa believes supplying these apartments will help improve the quality of life for the building's future residents.
Then it's hard to think about work, it's hard to think about friends. It's hard to think about going to school. It's hard to think of all the things that all of us think of every day if you don't have a door that you can open and be in your own space.
6 sources are providing funding for the apartment building, including the City of Worcester Home Funds. District 2 City Councilor Candy Merrow Carlson believes the project will benefit the complex's residents and the surrounding neighborhood.
They become part of the community, so they're not isolated anymore, which is really what we want to do, is make sure that we integrate them as much as we possibly can into the community.
Now, construction for the project is still on schedule. The Worcester Eastside CDC says the new building on Forbes Street could see its doors open as early as December of 2017. In Worcester, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
Zipcar announcing a new partnership with the City of Worcester today. The company will offer membership services to area residents, businesses, students, and visitors. 6 Zipcars are now available for reservation by the hour or by the day in easily accessible locations downtown. The vehicles are parked in designated spots for pickup and drop-off and can be reserved on Zipcar's mobile app, on the internet, or over the phone. In a statement, Mayor Joseph Petty says, quote, Zipcar is another way we're opening up Worcester to visitors and making our city more accessible. The company has already had presence in cars on 4 college campuses in the city. City Manager Ed Augustus receives his highest evaluation in the 3.5 years he's been on the job. Tuesday night, most of the City Council praised the City Manager's dedication, but some were more critical of his leadership. Brittany Schaefer has the story.
Worcester City Councilors held their annual review Tuesday night for the City Manager, and Ed Augustus received his best evaluation since being appointed in 2014.
It makes me feel great this year and worried for next year. I was very appreciative of the feedback I got from the City Council.
7 of the 11 councilors rated Augustus as exceeding all expectations, including District 4 Councilor Sarai Rivera.
This is a really exciting time to be in Worcester. I definitely give a lot of credit to the city manager because he's really, for me as a district council, it's really important that the residents in my community feel that they can come and have their voices heard.
2 councilors were more critical of the manager's leadership, City Councilors at Large Constantina Lukes and Michael Gaffney.
I don't look at a couple, buildings that are going up and start saying everything is great. Taxes have gone up 11% in the 4 years the city manager has been running the city. 11% is unsustainable. I'd probably give him a meets expectation.
The city manager said the critique from councilors was consistent with what they say during regular meetings. And councilors say the annual evaluation is important to highlight accomplishments and areas of concern.
Our investment in our youth, we've been able to decrease violence and really enhance our public safety. There's just so much to talk about.
$2.9 billion in growth in nonprofit, non-taxable property. At 104% is unsustainable.
Augustus says his next steps are going over the written feedback from the councilors to see how he and the city can continue to make progress.
There are particular projects sometimes in their districts that they want to see progress on. I think a number of them talked about how do we continue to market the city of Worcester, because we do have a great story to tell, but how do we get more people to know about it? And so we'll sit down and we'll look at all those comments.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
A historic Main Street building, which could have once faced the wrecking ball, is given new life. Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito announced almost $20 million in state funding will go towards the restoration of the central building on Main Street. The project will create 55 units of mixed income housing. Polito also announcing the state will be giving $42 million in housing tax credit equity, which will preserve more than 500 affordable housing units in Worcester and other communities.
Individuals will be able to stay in these affordable units and continue to be a part of this community versus having these units turn into market rate units. So I'm very pleased that we could join together with the city, make the $42 million commitment to preserving these neighborhood affordable apartments. You could even see today that there were individuals that came forward to say thank you for increasing the investment in these apartments and making them available to these individuals and families here in Worcester.
Some meaningful repairs are coming out of this that have been long, long overdue. And we are here today. It's a victory. It's a victory that they can look forward to. They've paid their rent, they've been good tenants, and now they can have affordable housing and live in good conditions.
Polito says this initiative is an important part of making Massachusetts an affordable and nice place.